In the twilight before vineyards cloaked the earth, before the first tragedies echoed in Athenian stone, a figure moved through the mist. His brow was wreathed in ivy and starlight, his eyes burned with secrets, and his laughter stirred the forgotten corners of the world, valleys where gods and mortals dared not linger. He is ecstasy and dread, liberation and ruin. He is Dionysus, the god who unravels the veils of order to reveal truths long buried. For the forgotten compendium, he is no mere deity, but a cipher, a key to the mysteries we've lost. Dionysus's tale is woven from chaos. His mother, Semele, a mortal of Thebes, loved Zeus, the storm lord. Their union was a spark in the dark, but Hera, Zeus's vengeful queen, could not abide it. Cloaked as a nursemaid, she sowed doubt in Semele's heart, whispering that a true god would show his glory. Semele, trusting, begged Zeus to unveil his divinity. He did. Lightning split the heavens, fire consumed her mortal frame. Yet Zeus, pierced by love, preserved their unborn child. He stitched the fetus into his thigh, cradling it within his immortal flesh. From that divine wound, Dionysus was born, twice born, a god of thresholds, forever dancing between life and death. Hera's wrath pursued him. Hidden in the verdant wilds of Nysa, he was raised by nymphs and Selene, among coiling vines and moonlit groves where ancient spirits whispered. There, he became a wanderer, his heart a flame no god could extinguish. Dionysus brought no armies, only a gift, the vine. He roamed forgotten lands, India's lotus plains, Thrace's frost-bitten hills, Anatolia's sacred springs. To mortals, he revealed the grape's alchemy, teaching them to crush its flesh into wine, a drink that melted fear, unbound souls, and unveiled the divine spark within. Wine was his gospel, a liquid hymn to freedom. But it held a shadow. It kindled ecstasy, drawing mortals to the gods, yet it also summoned madness, stirring the primal chaos beneath their masks. His maenads, women unshackled by his rites, danced on crags where thorns drew blood, their chants rising under crimson moons. Satyrs, with hooves and wild eyes, played pipes that wove spells in lawless glades. In Dionysus's orbit, the world blurred, man into woman, beast into god, reason into rapture. Not all knelt to the god. In Thebes, King Pentheus, a man of iron will, despised the maenads' revels. He saw chaos where they saw divinity. He banned the rites and bound Dionysus, mistaking the god for a mortal charlatan. Dionysus smiled, his eyes glinting like embers. He fought not with steel, but with the mind's unraveling. He lured Pentheus to don a woman's veil and creep to Cithaeron's peaks, spying on the sacred dances. The maenads, lost in their frenzy, saw no king, only a lion, a threat. Agave, Pentheus's mother, led their charge, her hands tearing flesh from bone. At dawn, the trance broke. Agave, holding her son's head, screamed a grief that shook the heavens. To reject Dionysus was to court a truth too cruel to bear. Pentheus's fate mirrored a deeper secret. Dionysus was no stranger to death. In the Orphic mysteries, he was once Zagreus, child of Persephone and Zeus. The Titans, driven by envy, lured the young god with toys, a mirror reflecting his divine face, a rattle echoing the cosmos. They tore him apart, devouring his essence. But Athena salvaged his heart, still trembling. Zeus burned the Titans to ash, and from their cinders humanity was forged, part divine, part profane, forever bound to Dionysus's spark. From that heart he rose again, third-born, a god of eternal return. He faced death anew when he descended to Hades, not in chains but in triumph. Through its shadowed rivers he sought his mother, Semele, and led her to Olympus, crowning her as Thyone, a goddess. No other Olympian dared such a feat, raising a mortal to eternity. Dionysus, the god who dies, is the god who lives again. Even in love, Dionysus was a paradox. When Theseus cast Ariadne aside on Naxos's windswept shores, she lay broken, her sobs carried by the sea. Dionysus found her, his gaze soft as moonlight. He loved her not as a conquest, but as a soul akin to his, wounded, yet radiant. They wed in a grove where stars seemed to sing. He gave her a crown of jewels, its light a vow of eternity. When their earthly days faded, he cast that crown skyward, where it burns as Corona Borealis, a constellation of undying devotion. The god of chaos loved with a heart as fierce as his rights. Today, Dionysus is often a shadow in our minds, a drunken reveler, a jest. But the forgotten compendium knows better. He is the god of masks and their shattering, of rituals that weave human and divine, of madness that unveils the sacred. His theater, born in Athens, was a temple where actors, masked and possessed, spoke truths no mortal dared. His presence haunts our world. Feel him in the pulse of a midnight rave, where bodies move as one. Hear him in the wail of a guitar, the chant of a crowd, the silence after a poem's last word. See him in the artist's fever, the rebel's cry, the moment joy and grief entwine. He lingers in our rituals, Burning Man's desert fires, carnival's masked revels, the trance of a whirling dervish. He is the stranger who joins the dance, the flame that burns through our forgotten selves. What in you has he awakened? When wine warms your blood, when music seizes your limbs, when you feel the world blur and something sacred stirs, pause. Is it you moving? Or is Dionysus, the god of hidden flames, dancing through you? What forgotten truth has his frenzy unveiled in your life? Share your story below and let us, the forgotten compendium, weave the lost threads together.